What I have right here is going to change the way you look at health and fitness, which will increase your happiness for the rest of your life. Are you ready? Of course it's not in a box, silly. That's in a box. Get outside the box and think inside your heart, because the kingdom of God is inside of you, not in a box. And today we're going to talk about how to increase your health by, oh my Lord, if you're not doing this, then your health is just, as a matter of fact, you are doing this either way. And this is the mechanism that controls your health more than any other aspect. And stay to the end, because it's going to get deep. And you may think I'm giving away it all in the beginning, because I want you to understand this right away, even if you leave. But it's really belief builds behavior. This is what Christ, the ultimate metaphysician, taught. This is what metaphysics teaches. This is the first step that so many people skip. And we're going to get deep into it. When we have a belief, it builds our behavior. I like to say bet, belief, emotions, thoughts. Thoughts that are emotionally charged create a belief. A lot of times it's repetition, but if it's emotionally charged enough just once, then you will do it or not do it. What's a great example? The movie Alive, if y'all ever seen it. There's a few other remakes of this. Or if you're in a plane, you have turbulence. Or if you know someone who you saw on the news, even if you don't know them personally, you saw an accident on a plane. That could scar you, emotionally charge you with this thought that becomes a belief, so that you do not use that vehicle ever to get anywhere. You wouldn't go on a plane. Some people don't want to go on a car. Some people won't go outside of their home. If that's you, it's okay. There is no hard feelings about this. I'm going to not teach you how to blame and shame yourself, because that's a low level of consciousness. We want to get to a high level and ascend the levels of consciousness to get to the point where at life-giving courage, right? The levels of consciousness, the map of consciousness, brought to you by David R. Hawkins, an amazing psychologist that has been doing this for decades, has shown that when we're at this lower level, it's not life-giving, right? Anything under courage, anger, despair, blame, shame, all of these levels get us to be like just surviving. Let's get to the point where we're not just alive, but we're thriving. And we get to that courage level, and then we get to willingness. Then we could get to intelligence, intellect, and then we could get to love, which is even higher than intellect. As Einstein, one of the highest levels of intellect, said, imagination is more important than intelligence. And how do we get to that level, you may be asking? Well, of course I said belief. How do we get to that belief when we're at a really low? I've been there too. We're all there. You know, just yesterday I had some lower moments in my life. Yet when we start practicing this one thing, we get to higher levels of ascension, higher levels of happiness, which increase our health, and which in turn increases our wealth. Because just our perception of wealth alone can change how much wealth we have. When we realize that, like, wow, I have abundance. I have fruit trees here. I have, life-giving plants that give us oxygen, right? By photosynthesis. I have my hands, my fingers, my arms, my legs, my toes, my ears, my eyes, and for each one of those, even my pinky, I would not give for $1 million. So that's 1 million, 2 million, 10 million, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, right? We're millionaires. When you start to embrace that, take inheritance of your wealth. Inherit your wealth, inherit the world, because this world is here for you. Use your imagination to understand how wealthy and successful you already are just by being a human on this earth. This is why children are so abundant in love and appreciation. And that's the key. is appreciation, right? Appreciation, gratitude, grace, thanks. There's so many words for the same thing. And when we appreciate something, we increase the value of it. That's what the word appreciate means. If you appreciate a house, you're increasing the value of it. How do you increase the value of your life? You appreciate your 10 fingers. Maybe you only got 2. Maybe you don't have arms and legs like brother Nick Vujicic, lifewithoutlimbs.org. Or Jennifer, her name's slipping my head. Nick Vujicic actually wrote on the cover of her book, Anything is Possible, right? Or Nothing is Impossible by Superman. What was it? The actor, the original Superman. I'll remember his name in a moment. They both wrote books about how, or all 3 of them, Nick Vujicic, Life Without Limbs. This brother was like suicidal when he was 7 years old because he was born without arms or legs. But he could jet ski. He could type 45 words per minute with 2 digits that come out of his hip. Why? Because the power of gratitude is our greatest superpower. When you use appreciation, you increase the value of your life. And that's how we get from shame and blame to courage, to willingness, to love, to intellect, to unconditional love, to enlightenment. We lighten our load, let go of that baggage so you can be free and fly. You're a human. You were born with a birthright of divinity and joy. God is inside of your heart. So this channel is dedicated to health and happiness, nutrition and fitness. And the ultimate way to get there is to increase your appreciation and gratitude. Because again, belief builds behavior. And if you don't believe that the vehicle or the vessel will work, you will not get in the vehicle to take you to the next destination. And the destination is the starting location. Big up Neuro, who probably got that from someone else, because there's nothing new under the sun. And this is the ultimate secret. I say doctors don't want you to know. Some of them maybe not. But deep in their heart, of course they would like you to. But misery loves company. So when someone is suffering, they're struggling, they have this belief that happiness is an external product, like in here, right? This is not where happiness is. It's not in a bag. This is not where nutrition is. This is not where fitness is. It's in here. With belief, all things are possible. Those that believe anything is possible. With man, it may not be possible. With God, all things is possible. Where is the kingdom of God? Inside of you. Every religion and spiritual teaching teaches that we are all one, that God is inside of us, dancing in our hearts. And when you be still and know that I am God, when you are still in meditation, breathing deep, you start to have, it may take a little while, right? You start to have this bubbling sensation of joy. I call vibes, as an acronym, vision, intention, belief, emotion, and subconscious. Subconscious is a big thing, right? And I have other videos on it. You could check out the 5 S's to your subconscious. Is you have the sounds that you hear, right? I hear nature. I don't know if you hear that beautiful bird. Changes our orientation of the world. If we wake up with an alarm clock, that puts us in an alarm state. If we wake up with birds chirping, that puts us in a state of gratitude. And it may take a little while because your subconscious may already be programmed with this negative mindset. And when you give attention to negative because it is in your mindset, you start getting more and more of it. What builds up your vibration? The vibes for sure, the acronym, your vision, how you see things. But it's also, your vision is based upon your concentration or your attention, and your attention and concentration creates your vibration. So if you start focusing on the other side of the coin, you may see negative, you may see hate, you may see war, you may see destruction. There is always another side to that. There's peace if there's war. There is construction if there's destruction. There is love if there's hate. So you have the opportunity to flip that side of the coin. And it may be a far jump, so maybe you just go to neutrality first. You just think one little shift of a thought that is downstream instead of upstream. Like Abraham Hicks says, right? That is downstream, like Ask and It Shall Be Given is a great book about this. That you would like to have a thought that's just a little bit easier on your emotional poise, on your thoughts. It feels just a little bit better. Doesn't have to be a lot bit, just a little bit better. What questions are you asking yourself? That creates your vision. That creates your intention. Why is this world so hard? How come I don't have enough money? How am I going to do that? I don't want them to see me. Instead, I am a walking miracle. How am I so blessed? Instead of, how is this so hard? Change the questions and statements that you ask yourself, right? So one of the S's in your subconscious mind is sounds. You hear nature sounds, or you're hearing the news all the time? What music, what media are you exposing yourself to that could be negative? That's the sounds. Or social. What's your social circle? Or who's on your YouTube feed, right? Subscribe to more channels like this. Subscribe if this is increasing your feeling of joy. If not, I don't know why you're here. If it's interesting to you and you're like, let me check this dude out, give it time. Be patient, and everything will come to fruition. So what's your intention, right? What is your intention? Write down your intention, your dreams, your vision. And is your social circle and the sounds that you hear aligned with that? Or are they taking you out of that alignment? And then this is the biggest aspect of your subconscious mind, is your self-talk, right? What are you saying to yourself? What questions are you asking yourself? What statements are you giving to yourself? And then, what are the stories that you have that you're telling yourself about what's happening in your life? Because the stories that you tell yourself, I'm not good enough, I don't look good enough, I have to look this certain way, that could crush you. We all have those same type of things. You know what someone told me the other day? Said, they're hardly going to remember what you look like. We care more about ourselves. Give to others and you shall receive. All right? So we got sounds, social, self-talk, the stories you tell about what's happening. It's not the circumstances that affect you so much. It's the stories you tell yourself about the circumstances. And then we have our physiology. I say it's the 5 S's. Physiology. There's an S somewhere in there, right? If I was talking like this the whole time and had a tone like this, and my facial expression was like this, you might not be listening so far in deep into this conversation. So change your posture, change your expression in your face, change your tone, change your breathing pattern to be deeper. Get deeper on all levels, not just superficial. That's what creates your subconscious mind, right? Your vision, your intention, your beliefs. Belief builds behavior. Your emotions, which helps to create your belief, and then your belief helps to influence your emotion, and then your subconscious mind. With these things, when you start to really, and give it time, like just one day is not enough. It could help, and it's one day at a time. Consistency is key, though. Consistency creates competence, and competence creates confidence. And once you have confidence, you will have conviction. Conviction, belief. That changes the game. Whoever has the most conviction, the most confidence in the room wins. Right? win at the game of life by being confident and believing that you are a walking miracle. Walk, be free, move for about an hour a day. The ways to be so healthy that doctors don't want you to know is so simple. I could summarize it in about 14 seconds. Right? I love this one brother, Tim Van Horton, did this, and I was like, you're amazing. And then he spoke for about an hour afterwards, because there is so much more to the story, but it's about shaping our beliefs. But in 14 seconds, I'm going to sum it up. And there aren't many people in the world that would argue with this, that this is the key to health. Are you ready? And go. Breathe deep. Let go of stress and worries. Think positively. Surround yourself by wonderful, great people. Build great relationships. Eat plenty of fresh seasonal foods like fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds. Stay away from processed foods. Do some challenging stuff, aka strength training, once or twice a week, and be active every day for about an hour. Maybe up to 3 hours. Pardon me, that was 26 seconds. Like under a minute, you could summarize how to be the healthiest you could possibly be. Yet it takes maybe a lifetime to start to build that belief that builds the behavior. You got this. You're a shining star. I'm going to keep this wonderful video short and sweet. May you have the greatest day of your life. Cultivate happiness by doing what you love, whether it's farming or dancing or speaking in public or serving people. Service is so amazing. When you serve others, you're serving yourself. And you could have the Solomon prayer, Lord, how can I serve people in a way that pleases you? That's King Solomon's prayer. Lord, say it with me, Lord, how can I serve people in a way that pleases you? One more time. Lord, how can I serve people in a way that pleases with you? Throw it down in the comments. How do you serve other people that pleases them? Feel free to big up your own business, and you could leave your own website. How do you serve people in a way that pleases the Lord? Write down, take the time now to write down, hopefully you took some notes, but write down 10 ways that you can cultivate your happiness, that you feel joy. Planting trees, right? Lifting weights, punching the punching bag, going for a walk, going for a run, helping people, giving love, making music, enjoying nature, bird watching, right? Reading books, writing poetry, writing stories, writing books, play kick the can, play with children, serve people that don't have as much as you do, because no matter where we are in life, there's always someone that has less or has more. Comparison is the thief of joy. Just help people, right? Creating, designing. What is it that you love to do that has you feel just a little bit better? Go downstream instead of upstream. Beautiful red cardinal. We're surrounded by love and abundance. We have so much great things around us. We have national parks, we have oceans. So much. A little bird bath. How much joy that could bring to all these birds, and then us to watch them take that bird bath. Life is so simple. Remember, it has been said before, I think Picasso said it. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. We do not need to have complex things to enjoy life. You're beautiful just the way you are. And it only gets better as long as you believe it is getting better. I am that I am. I love you. You're amazing. If you enjoyed this, please feel free to subscribe. If not, then I'm not too sure why you're here for so long. If you don't want to subscribe, just keep on watching. But you will get alerted. I go live often where we could interact with each other, which I love. I also offer a community service, which is, we'd be on a Zoom call together. You could see more details at yourlasttrainer.com. If you'd like to increase your health and nutrition. I've actually been doing this for almost 3 decades, transforming lives. I've taught in university for a decade with students lining up to be in my class, loving it like no other class they've been in before. I have some of their testimonials on that site, I believe, or one of my other sites. And I have a doctorate in natural health. Oh my Lord, a beautiful woodpecker right there. Just like Woody. I have a doctorate in natural health and nutrition, a master's in nutrition, and undergrad in exercise and health science. I am so confident that I can help you to increase, ascend, and elevate your life within health and happiness, which always gets us to be more wealthy. Because health, wealth, and happiness are really the 3 pillars that we're all really searching for. And remember, they're not in a box, they're right inside of you. Give and receive.